Deadline is here, ladies and gentlemen, or it's an hour away, I should say. And we're going to be here live reacting to it, chopping it up with you guys in the comments, having a good time reacting to the Chicago Bulls doing more than likely not a god dang thing. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Send in your questions, send in your concerns, send in your talking points, all of the things that you want to see in the NBA today. Deadline is on its way 1 hour from now, and it should be an interesting one. I think there's been some interesting trades made already that make the Eastern Conference better. The number one that stands out. Actually, I'm gonna do this because this is a we all in here kicking it show today, baby. This is one of them. Chat is live on the screen, boys. So get in here, get the comments ready. Hit that like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the page, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Baki said Matt Eberflus is the Jerry Reinsdorf of NFL coaches. Just do enough. That's pretty good to start off. Why Hayes called me? Hayes is called. I'm finna put him on the stream. Hold on. How you call me soon as I start streaming?
All right, nigga, go ahead and do your thing.
You own the stream.
What up, motherfuckers?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jesus. Oh, God. Javon Carter's still here.
Javon Carter's still there. Everybody's just sitting around. Bulls ain't doing nothing.
Bulls ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. All
right, bro. Peace. Oh man, another trade deadline where we do nothing. Yeah, the Bulls announced they've signed 2 G League players and a box of macaroni. The box of macaroni, I feel like, is a good get depending on who's cooking the macaroni. AK fooled us all. People who recommended AK to Michael Reinsdorf lied to him. I don't think he fooled us. I think this is kind of what I expected the Bulls to be when he got here. This is what Denver was, right? This is mid for years, waited until they found a superstar. Think about it. Their superstar they found in the second round. Right? Like it's not a I guess, right, like it to me it's not a surprise what we're seeing from him because this is how the teams that he was a part of were run. We should get a 3-point shooter. Listen, I'm all in on getting 3-point shooting. I think that's what the Bulls need. Reports are that there's still talk around Andre Drummond being moved to a couple of teams, and that maybe that could bring back some 3-point shooting for the Bulls. I think some of the moves made today, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's I look at the Buddy Hield move to Philly. Like you can't not look around and feel like other teams didn't get better. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just can't. You have to look at some of these other teams around the NBA and especially in the Eastern Conference. Like Buddy Hield to Philly makes perfect sense. He's going to be a free agent. Maybe that's something next year, but I would assume they try and get him signed up, moving him for a couple of seconds. Pat Bev to Milwaukee to me makes a ton of sense. He's going to go in there and work with Doc Rivers and absolutely basically go out there and just say, listen, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to run it. Let's run it this way. He's going to have an effect on the team. Him and Thanasis is going to be hilarious on the bench together. NBA trade report put this out 20 minutes ago. Golden State's attempting to trade for Andre Drummond. Baki tweeted this one from Jake Fisher. Sixers are still in conversations 23 minutes ago on Andre Drummond per sources, while Bulls remain engaged elsewhere, being told Philadelphia is not pursuing DeMar DeRozan. We're in a similar spot. We're in the same spot. Let me get this right here on this, you dig. Make sure we got the right stuff here. I want to do this one here and then change that color up. All right. Let's see what we got here. Hayes in the building, as he called, and now he's live on the show. Gordon Hayward is a buyout signing. Gordon Hayward is a buyout signing would be interesting. I don't see how that helps you, though. I feel like that kind of keeps you in the same situation you're in. Right, like you're adding a body. That's cool. Maybe I guess if Gordon Hayward's willing to just say, "Hey, I'm a spot up guy now," but I don't believe that's that fits his game. But he'd be an interesting name to go out there and get. He's available for sure. I don't know. I'll tell you what, DeMar DeRozan, I'll say, is going to be here. As Stefan Adon in the building joining the show. What's good, my guy?
Hey man, I'm just here to make sure you're okay.
Oh, I'm not upset by it at all. This is normal to me. Like, that's what me and Hayes said yesterday. Me and Hayes were cracking up because we were like, people are going to be losing their minds tomorrow, and we've been telling people that this was what was going to that this is what was going to happen the entire time.
Yeah.
We've been telling people this is what was going to happen the entire time with the Bulls. So I'm looking around the league. This is me looking at everybody else in the NBA and saying, hey, what are you guys doing? Because Bulls basketball, listen, they're never going to blow it up. They're never going to tank, which I'm okay with, right? I'm fine with never tanking. They're never going to go out there and just give up. They're going to try and remain competitive. They're always going to want players back. And the hope is that you find a miracle in the draft like Denver did.
Mm.
That's all you got at this point.
I mean, for me, and I was just thinking about it, like even before I logged on, right? This has been so like first off, I'm not shocked. I'm not. This has been the precedent for AK basically since he's been here. I mean, he's gotten Vooch, he's gotten DeMar, he's gotten Lonzo. Cool. This is a very much. Everybody always said, "What have you done for me lately?" You've done absolutely nothing. Patrick Williams was here. You've had deals on the table for these people. You could have had a Rudy Gobert, who's anchoring the top defense in the NBA. You could have had all these people. There was It's not like there weren't people on the free agent market. It's not like you didn't have a deal with New York, who basically just got a haul back today and didn't give up not one of those first round picks that they still had to get a superstar. And it's like you haven't pulled the trigger on anything.
Well, they gave up 2 firsts. They gave up 2 firsts in the deal to get but I mean, who cares? Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, but
nobody cares about the picks anymore. That's the part that's hilarious right now. That nobody. It very much seems like NBA draft picks now are just like, yeah, but there's so much young talent. We don't really care. We'd rather like look at something that's in the league already. Cannon Peacock says thoughts on the Mavs getting PJ Washington. I thought that was a heck of a move.
Like it.
I thought that was a heck of a move. I thought what the Mavs have done today has been a really good. It really shows what their goals are, because I've wondered this entire season, like, okay, they're a good team, they're not a great team. What are your plans? What are the goals that you're trying to do to accomplish here? Are you actually trying to go back to an NBA championship, or are you just biding your time and enjoying the money you're making off of Luka? I think going out and trying to get PJ Washington, adding Daniel Gafford today, like those are moves to me that speak to what they're trying to make their future, right? They're trying to make sure that they're not the same team that went out because they couldn't find a way to get rebounds.
Yeah. I mean, and listen, PJ, he's a better shooter than Derrick Jones. So I mean, basically, at that point, now you got some versatility in the lineup, especially defensively.
Better shooter than DJJ right now?
I mean,
he's a better shooter than DJJ.
I mean, career-wise, I mean,
I don't even know if career-wise. I think you just still hate him for Miami.
I don't hate Derrick Jones Jr.
Better shooter from where? PJ Washington shooting 32% from 3 and 44. Oh, wait, maybe that's just his last 10. Nope, that's the season. 32% from 3, 44% from the field.
Hey, man, well, I mean, listen, at minimum, this gives them, versatility on the wing.
Hey, it ain't that much. It ain't that much worse though. DJJ is 34% and 48%. So 34%. Yeah.
I mean, I still think they need another Roosevelt. What's happening? I still think that, I mean, at the end of the day, they're probably gonna try to get another big at some point, because even though Derek Lively is nice, I still think they want to beef up that interior presence. But I mean, yeah, they're making the right moves to try to ensure that Luka could get them back to a Western Conference Final. So I like it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Detroit has waived Daniel House Jr. Detroit just waving people. They just like, yep, get out, get out. We don't want you. Get out. They also waived Killian Hayes today.
That was kind of expected.
I mean, Killian Hayes is trash. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Killian Hayes is pretty trash. No, this is listen. I'm not even, like I said, I didn't come here for the Bulls. I came here for the NBA as a whole. This is what the Bulls working with today. This is how the Bulls are coming today, bro. You know what I mean? Continuity's fine. That's fine.
So let me ask you this though, bro. Do you think that because he came from Denver and he got the Nikola Jokic's, the Jamal Murray's, do you think that the Bulls kind of do you think the Bulls like kind of basically overplayed, you know, what they were getting, because it was basically like, okay, well, he's built the championship roster in Denver, he could possibly do it here, and we still got
you found a great player in the middle of a Taco Bell commercial. That's what happened. You found a great player in the middle of a Taco Bell commercial. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like it's not because you did something amazing. And so honestly, right, when you look around the league right now, right, like sometimes it is that, but there's also adding to those pieces. And if you feel like you've got those pieces, and maybe Kobe White is that piece. Maybe you feel like Kobe White can become maybe you feel like Kobe White can become right what Jokic has become, or a superstar level player, right? Or superstar level talent. I don't know if I can call Jokic a superstar. He's a talent, but that man don't want to do no marketing at all. But Jokic, like, I'm going home. Like, hey, bro, how about a commercial, brother? But no, like if you feel like you can, you know, you have that, then you need to start building around that. And I think that's the part that I don't see the Bulls doing, right? We're 13 or we're almost 45 minutes away from the trade deadline being over, and there's no conversation on the Bulls making any moves, right? We're talking about moving Andre Drummond. Talk about trading Andre Drummond. I like Andre Drummond. I think he's a good player on this team. It's still Andre Drummond. Like, I'm not like that's not a move that you're trading away. He's on a $3 million deal. You're not making a major move to go get better with a backup center on a $3 million deal. Right? You can't move on from DeMar DeRozan, and you don't want to sit there and take picks back. You want to stay competitive, which on the flip side of that tells me that you don't believe that the players on your team that are young are at any point going to allow you to be competitive. And the biggest thing is, right, the fact that you're not willing to take picks for DeMar in a situation where he's not going to be here and actually, you know, probably be here for the foreseeable future means that you have no belief in Patrick Williams actually being the player you hoped he was. Because in a lot of people's minds, it's, DeMar DeRozan's in front of him, he's taking shots. That's all. Once nobody's ahead of him, he'll be fine. You don't believe in Patrick Williams, because if you did, you'd get people out of his way. So,
I mean, it's, man. Listen, I said this. I said if they were under 500 going into the trade deadline, you had to break the big three up.
Let me ask you this. No, facts. And I'm with you. By the way, over 100 in the chat.
100.
Midday live for the NBA trade deadline. Over 100 in the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button. Here's one that I'm really watching closely. I talked about this on Locked On NBA last night. I think this is possibly the biggest trade that could go down today. DeJounte Murray possibly could go to the New Orleans Pelicans in a trade that more than likely includes basically Atlanta is holding out for Herb Jones, but you know you're sending talent back both ways. And in both situations, I think both teams can get better because I think there's going to be some kind of CJ McCollum involved in that trade. CJ, we know, can play off ball, pairing him up with Trae Young, and then DeJounte Murray going the other way, hopefully being able to handle the ball. You're pairing him up with Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram down there. I think that makes both teams better. And the Pelicans aren't a bad team. Yes, they sit 7th right now, or maybe 8th in the Western Conference, but they're a 30-21 team right now.
They sit, I'll tell you right now, they sit.
I think what's interesting too is that for me with Both of those
You said the
guys.
Pelicans, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Pelicans.
they're 6. They're
Huh?
6. They're 6.
Oh, they was 8th yesterday, so they must have
Yeah.
moved up.
Yeah, they're 6.
They must have moved up. They won yesterday. They dominated yesterday too.
I mean, to me, the trade
Roosevelt said Chicago sports has been taking years off my life. So,
years.
you and me both, bro. My wife be
Years.
looking at me, be like, "Oof, you all right?" Nah, the Bulls. Oh, okay, all right.
Not really. But nah, yeah. I mean, I like the trade for both teams. I mean, if it does go down, because I mean, even when DeJounte Murray went to Atlanta, we was just like, okay, what the heck? Who's gonna be handling the ball? Which now, if you put him with New Orleans, Zion and Brandon, this kind of just basically puts him. The ball's back in his hands. So basically, I mean, listen, he pretty much averaged a triple double for the Spurs. I mean, it's not like he still won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
So this basically, this basically upgrades them as a team. And like you said, it's definitely gonna upgrade Atlanta because CJ can play off the ball. And then not only do you have a Jalen Johnson, who was kind of going crazy the other night. I'm not gonna lie. And then after that, you got Herb Jones, who I still believe was still in that draft. So it definitely works out for both teams. But I'm definitely see if the Pelicans can try to take that extra jump once they do get them, if they get them.
This is an interesting one. I think that was brought up last night. Nick brought this up over on Locked On NBA. Said Zach for Klay could help both teams, gives them what Klay did, and Klay gets a chance to be a number one. I think Zach for Klay is a move that absolutely means the Bulls are basically trying to ride it out until the end of the season. Now, you can't trade Zach LaVine, but right, he's hurt right now. He's dealing with surgery.
Yeah.
But I thought that was an interesting one because if realistically you're going to move on from anybody, you want to, or if you were going to move on from Zach LaVine, you'd want to move on from him for a contract that's basically expiring to try and open up money. Like,
yeah, nah. I mean, I'm with that. I mean, even then, Klay's still averaging. So right now he's averaging 17.
Klay's not coming here to be a number one. Klay's coming here to finish out his career.
He's not going to be the number one. Like they literally just asked him the other night, and to his credit, I will say Klay's one of the most honest dudes, like with the media. Period. He knows he's not that.
Klay be like, this sucks, bro.
The caliber player he used to be, but I mean he's still shooting 37% from three, 91 from the free throw. And he's in a. What you saying? Above average defender still?
No.
I mean, no.
Klay's bad.
And yeah,
Klay's bad.
He's bad. But I mean, hey,
the only reason to keep Klay around even is if he's going to take a good deal next year after being a free agent and basically just say, hey, you're a spot up shooter. You're not dribbling, you're not running around, none of that. Shoot. That's all you're doing. That's the only way he extends his career. Hey, Klay's to the point where he's got to be Ray Allen. That's the only point you're at in your career right now. I don't want to see nothing else from Klay. All the off schedule, like the shots don't fall no more. It's fine. He's gotten old. He's aged out.
Like Ray, pretty much. I mean, you brought him in. You brought him in to do exactly that. I mean, he did it to the highest order. I mean, like I said, Klay's still shooting 37%. Basically 37%.
Yeah.
So. I mean, if they brought him in, I'm
it's an ugly 37 though. Let's be real.
It's
an ugly 37 though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
yeah, he doesn't have the off-ball movement of Ray Allen. Oh, he got to get there. Like he has to change his entire game for him to become Ray Allen. But that's the only value I have left in him. He's not the defender that he once was anymore. To me, he's not the offensive threat off the dribble that he once was anymore. Like I feel like it's. Right? Like the only way for you to keep a career going to where people are going to want you past maybe next year is for you to become that kind of player. There's a lot he's got to change in his game. There's a lot he's got to work on, but it ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see. And this is the thing. I don't see a deal with the Warriors happening because they won't. I think they'll let him play out this contract. I mean,
what's going on NBA? Why they all got gray suits on, including what's it name? What's going on?
Hold on. What?
Hey, yeah, New York. They talked about New York. New York is winning right now. New York won today. I hate to say that because y'all know I don't like New York, but New York is winning the day today right now.
Yeah, nah. New York is, and this is crazy because I actually thought, that they were gonna stay pat because I'm like, this team right now kind of, it just kind of feels like this is like a Tom Thibodeau led team.
Yeah.
Like once they get to the playoffs, they'll run the 5, and then you might got like 1 or 2 guys off of the bench, and it's just basically like, oh no, hold on, we're not done. Boban, Alec Burks, and it's like, yo, okay, like now you cooking. Like now you cooking because now you got vets off of the bench that that they can still play. But not only that, I'm just thinking of Boyan. Like he knows
You know what he can do as a shooter.
Yeah, he knows how to play the right way.
Yeah, you gonna get
knows how to play the
Boyan,
right way.
Boyan and Alec Burks, which Alec Burks was in New York before, right? So he knows his way around that team. You sent out Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Evan Fournier, Ryan Arcidiacono, and 2 second-round picks. It's a good day.
Good day.
It's a good day. Like they got a lot better to me. They're a team that now I could see them going. I could see them making a run. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I could definitely see them making a run. I like the Bucks move to try and bring some defense back to their team. Yeah, hey, bringing Pat Bev in, you already know what that's gonna be. He gonna be on everybody. He gonna be sitting there yelling at Giannis, sitting there yelling at Dame. Dame gonna be like, "Shut up." He gonna be like, "Fight me." But I think you've got a nice little lineup there where you could throw out Portis, Pat Bev, and Chris Middleton and Giannis and Dame. That's a nasty lineup to me. Now, you know who your scorers are. You know Dame's going to be your scorer. You know Giannis is going to be your scorer. And then you just got straight defense on it. Brook has lost a step this year. Brook has lost a step.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's okay. I mean, like, what is Brook now? 30, 36? How old is Brook Lopez now? Y'all know I be making people old as dirt out here. Brook 35. All right, I was right there. Brook 35 years old. Brook 35 years old.
Hey, I think not C-Dub. Send a link. Send a link.
Put out the signal.
Put out the bad signal. Nah, but
full signal.
I mean, yeah, not. Dude, it's tough because even though he's lost a step, I still think that they should be better than what they are. To me, defensively, I mean, because it's crazy. I still think they needed Grant Williams. As much as I don't like Grant Williams, they needed a Grant Williams because they needed that like extra like wing presence, especially on the on the defensive side of the ball, really. But I still don't. I mean, it was a question posed to us, in our group chat a couple of minutes ago, like who would you rank the 4? And I told you I still got. I would say Celtics, Knicks, and I would say Celtics, Knicks, Cavs. And I got the Bucks 4th. I still
yeah, but that's because you got beef with the Bucks. The Bucks ain't the 4th team and all of that. Like the Bucks are a better team than the Knicks are right now.
I'm judging it, but see, I'm judging it based off of who I think can make a run. Though, like the Knicks got all the pieces to make the run.
The Knicks got all the pieces, but the Knicks got the pieces. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
The Knicks got the pieces to make the run. They got the size. I mean, they got the defenders now. So I mean,
I'm the defender.
But yeah, I mean,
C-Dub in the building. C-Dub,
what's happening?
What's going on, fellas? Join the land of mediocrity. Is that what's going on?
Oh yeah, we're here. We're here, my guy. What does one say? You don't like foot? Oh no, that's no, yeah, we're here, my guy. We're here. It is what it is.
Man. Trade patch, chin strap, beard, and and Wingo.
Ringo's Patch Adams beer for Trey Young and a 10-piece lemon pepper beer. DeJuan Hill, you trying to fry out here, dog? That's what you want to do? See, this is my favorite part when Must sit there with no profile picture of Fry because I can say anything, dog.
Bro,
Like,
it's wild.
Yeah,
We
I
don't even
mean,
know what you
yeah, I
look
mean,
like.
that's what you want to do. Let me know. Let me know if we getting reckless out here. Let me know if we getting reckless out here. I tell people how you still wearing jean shorts on 79th. That's not cool, dog. That's not cool. I tell you what I mean.
the
I
ones
tell
that's cut off
people
with
how.
the scissors. The ones that's cut off
Yeah,
with the scissors.
I tell people out
Oh,
here
man.
walking around with the NBA, all 32 NBA teams on his pants still, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's not cool, bro. You know what I mean? We can
Jean
fry.
jacket to
We
match.
want to
the
fry,
jean
we can
jacket.
fry, baby.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
That man
man.
got
It's
the
a
NBA
bad
sheets from
time to be doing that.
1995, boy. Come on. Now he woke up this morning and said, it's going to be a great day.
I wish the Bulls were as active as the Knicks are right now, man. I mean, in some kind of way, like, honestly, you either got to, I mean, staying in 8th, 9th seed, play-in tournament, I mean, like, what does that really do for you in the long run? Like,
Yeah.
what are we holding on to DeMar DeRozan for right now? Like, you know?
I said this. I'm not surprised by the Bulls not making a move, but it is annoying. And I will say this. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that there's a shift. I said shift coming in the NBA.
Hey, spell that. Spell that.
SHIFT. Shift.
All right.
Shift. I'll tell you know what I mean. Like, there's a shift coming in the NBA where I think people look at the bottom teams and they say, "Why would I want to be there?" Right? You look at the Detroits, you look at the teams that are bottomed out, the teams that are best. Charlotte's laughing on the bench, they down 40, right? Like, you look at the teams that are bottomed out in the NBA, and I think that the teams that are in contention look around and go, you know what? Nobody wants to go there. Nobody wants to play there. Nobody wants to be a part of that team. The young players they have, because the organization is so bad, they're not developing any of them. Even if you go out and you get a superstar level talent, I mean, like you got to look at the Spurs. Wemby is everything he's been advertised as and more.
Mm-hmm.
Wemby is everything we were sold on. They suck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also because Greg Popovich ain't using them right. I mean, he should be the
And
go.
listen, and it's still everything we were sold on.
Yeah.
And they suck.
Yeah.
Like and here's the problem with that, right? The allure of Pop is not bringing people to San Antonio anymore.
Nope.
Like all those teams that are at the bottom, they're gonna stay at the bottom unless you put together a miraculously drafted team. You got to hit on every pick for years for that team to actually turn into something.
That's a fact. I mean, the thing is though, like even with that, I feel like they're moving in the right direction. I mean, Miami just played them the other night. Every time I see Devin Vassell, he get better every time, bro.
Yep.
He get better. He get better every single time I see him. But I mean, they're moving in the right direction. But I mean, I'm exactly with what you said. Like they've got to continue to do that. I mean, they might be one draft away, they might be a couple drafts away, but they're moving in the right direction. And I think they know, and I think part of them knows also that what you said is correct. Like, just having Pop there, like, isn't moving the needle, because you got younger guys coming into the league now where it's just like, okay.
I said, Pat, Knowledge Untamed said, Pat, you need to stand. Bulls standing Pat.
Hey. Yeah, man, it's just, it's just frustrating, man. Every year it seems like I think back, I'm like, man, did Garpax do a better job than what Acme is doing right now? I mean,
Garpax did exactly what Acme did. Acme didn't do anything differently. I think Acme has been less aggressive in all of this, but like, they didn't do anything differently.
Well, they started off aggressive. That's the thing. It's weird because they started off really aggressive, getting Vooch, Trey, get DeMar, getting Lonzo. I'm like, yo, we moving, we doing things. This is different. And then it just came to a screeching halt.
Yeah. Hey Joe, Joe. God dang it. C-Dub, man, let me ask you this. I asked Pat this earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think the Bulls basically, got oversold on what AK was gonna be? Because and the reason why I said this is because I made the point when I first came in. I said outside of AK getting Vooch, getting DeMar, getting Lonzo, you've done absolutely nothing. There were trades on the table for P. Will. You could have got a Rudy Gobert who's anchoring the top defense in the league right now. So I mean, what are your thoughts on AK, man? Basically, did the Bulls get oversold on him or no?
Yeah, I think the idea that he's the guy that brought in the Joker to Denver is kind of like the selling point. Like, yo, this is the guy that turned around the Denver Nuggets franchise and made them into champions. And so if we can emulate that, that'd be awesome. So yeah, let's throw the bag at this guy. And so I definitely think that they were kind of sold on the idea of him. And then unfortunately, AK somehow started to settle. And now this guy seemingly, for some reason or another, is comfortable just keeping everybody intact. Like almost as if, okay, we got enough players to win. Oh man, we came from behind and won against Minnesota, one of the top teams in the league. So yeah, let's stand pat. Let's try to push for the 7th seed. I mean, let's just do that. Unfortunately, that's kind of what's happening right before our eyes, is that we see a team that's kind of settled in the mediocrity. And we had a guy where honestly I was excited about AK coming in, but also I was excited about what potential Pat Will could become. But you got to start seeing after a while, he's not turning out to be what you thought he was going to be. If you get an opportunity to trade him while he's at his peak, you got to pull the trigger, man.
Yeah.
And they believed in potential too much. That was kind of
yeah.
I mean, it's. I think here's the question that I'll ask. Right? Do you think that what the Heat did last year, maybe changed how people view being further down?
yeah.
What you mean as far as like,
It's a miracle run. It's a miracle run. But like all of a sudden, like teams are just kind of, a lot of teams are standing pat.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby. A lot of teams are standing pat. A lot of teams aren't doing what we thought that they would do. Right? There's some teams that are going for it, but for the most part, like you're not seeing a lot of teams. Right? Like the team that I would have thought that would be all in on moving on from a player was Atlanta with DeJounte Murray. And they seem like, no, we got him. He's here. Like, we're not trading him. And they don't even have a good deal on the table for him.
I think with that, I mean the difference. See the difference, and I agree that the Heat's run was a miracle run.
It was a miracle run.
It was a miracle run. The difference between Miami and what the Bulls got going on right now, like that team has been, that particular set of players, just those three: Jimmy, Tyler, Bam, and Duncan. To that extent, they've been to the finals already. They know what it takes. Even though they've been to the finals in the bubble, they knew what it takes to play. They that year they added some pieces. I remember some guys went down. Like we got some additions, and Gabe Vincent stepped up. It's that was just a matter of like, hey, these guys are here. They've been in the system. They developed. Let's use these guys because they got something. And hey, we went on a run. That doesn't happen for everybody. It's like the same thing that we keep saying with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase when they went to the Super Bowl. It's not gonna happen like that every time.
No,
It's not.
Yeah, I definitely think that it is fool's gold, right? I mean, that's like a one-off. That's a once in a while thing where a team that's the 8th seed that gets in the play-in takes that and goes all the way to the finals. I mean, what? How many times has been the AFC has actually been to the finals? When was the last time that happened? The Knicks in 2000, what was it 1999 against the Spurs? That was the last time an AFC went all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
So if so, that tells you that once in 20 years this might happen. That's fool's gold. So at the end of the day, the NBA is a league. It's not like football where it's like you got a 1-game deal where it's like it's a whoever wins this game, so anything can happen goes on. The NBA, you got 7 games. The best team is always going to pan out. So honestly, staying in mediocrity is pointless. But the Bulls do it for one reason and for one reason only. They lead the league in attendance. They want to keep butts in the seat. And as long as they keep butts in the seat and we lead the league in attendance, they're going to keep making money no matter what. They make money despite their ineptitude and being able to put a good team together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's going on, unfortunately. But yeah, that and then like you said, Ringo, just the idea that the Heat already been to the finals. They know how to win already. They just had a down year, and they just so happened to put it together at the right moment. The Bulls aren't that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I just look at the NBA as a whole, right? Like, to me, I think teams are more opposed to tanking now. I think we're seeing tanking die, which I'm actually happy about. I want to see teams go out there and try and be competitive. I want to see teams go out there and try and develop players. I think you also look at it, right? The fact that teams are so willing to move draft capital around now, like Muzz are just like, take it, please. We don't need it in the NBA right now. Like, I second round picks, what am I doing with it? First round picks, have at them. And the thing for me is that you almost look at how many young players in this league aren't developed. How many young players in this league come in and their talents and they don't get utilized because there's somebody already ahead of them. I think about somebody, right, like Patrick Baldwin, who basically went to Golden State and they were like, he'll be a nice future piece. And then they sat him on the bench the entire time. And you knew coming in, right, he's going to have to work on some things, but this kid's got talent. Yeah. And you just never used them at all. Got traded around, still hasn't been used in any spots. And in our minds, we're just like, well, if they're not using them, that means that that guy's not a good basketball player. That's not the case, right? Like, it probably means that they have their rotation set, and so they're not going to utilize that guy. Like, I feel like there's so many young players out there in the league right now that teams are more willing to stand and hope to find something that they can develop in the league versus going out there and blowing it all up and trying to tank and trying to get the top pick, trying to get the number 1 pick, right? Like, realistically, the only team that tanked for Wemby heavy last year was the Spurs. Everybody else kind of was like, either you were bad and you just were hoping to be in that race, or you started off the season hoping to be good. Like, Charlotte started off the season hoping to be competitive. Mm-hmm. They just, everybody ended up getting hurt.
Yeah.
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
trade for Lowry is hilarious. That would be great, wouldn't it?
He just comes. Yeah, Lowry was linked. The last time I seen something on Lowry, I think he was linked to the Warriors. Which, I mean, I don't think
Lowry ain't going nowhere.
I don't think that'll be.
Lowry will go overseas before he come back over here.
Hey, for real. Hey, that's a wild part.
Yeah.
Wait.
On the floor since he's left.
Wait, who's with the Clippers? Am I reading that right?
Who?
Jordan said something about the Clippers.
Jalen Duren?
No, Jalen Duren's on Detroit.
Oh no! Oh yeah, no, Jalen Duren's on Detroit, bro.
Right, no, that one.
You know what's hilarious though? What I will say is when I talk to these people and like everybody's going in and they're like, "Oh my goodness, dog! Like the Bulls are gonna blow it up this year. This is finally the year." I'm like, "What Bulls are you guys watching? Because you can't be watching the Chicago Bulls."
They must be casual viewers, man. Because the Bulls are gonna stand pat, man. Speaking of Pat Bev got traded.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's interesting. I like that up in Milwaukee.
That was a good move for the Bucks.
I like that one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that is good.
That's a solid move.
They need that because they're kind of like they need a guy to kind of like kick them in the butt. Like, hey man, let's go. We got to get. Hey, we playing underneath our ability, our what we're capable of doing. Let's go. Let's do this. Pat Bever's gonna get into some fights, but he gonna get them going.
Knowledge said that the Bulls still owe their 2025 first round pick to the Spurs. Talent ain't coming.
Yeah, I mean, but you
right?
got your pick this year. You still got your pick this year. But yes, they do still owe their 2025 first round pick to the Spurs. What was I gonna say? Do y'all like what the Nets did?
Yeah,
Schroeder for Spencer Dinwiddie, and then you also getting Thad Young to the Nets as well.
That's solid. I mean, the Nets ain't really a team that's gonna be doing much. I mean, they maybe 6th seed at best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
I don't know. The Nets are dog water.
It depends on Ben Simmons. He's the X factor. If he can turn,
I'm off that. I'm off that.
Hey, and that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I'm off that because
and that tells you all you need to know.
Yep.
It depends on Ben Simmons. Yeah, the Nets are worse than us. That's what I thought.
Bro, the Nets been depending on this whole roster been depending on Ben Simmons.
The Nets turned down and again, to my point about not caring about picks, the Nets turned down basically 6 first-round picks for I think there was 2 offered for Mikal Bridges. There was one offered for what's the Cam Thomas. There was one offer for there is so many first-round picks that have been offered for all these players on the Nets, and the Nets nah, we good, bro. We just gonna keep riding it out. That's why I'm saying teams are not trying to get worse. They're not trying to be at the bottom. I think tanking might be dead, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is,
Adam Silver might have actually done it. Adam Silver might have actually killed tanking, bro.
I mean, yeah, if you do think that your team is good enough to compete with the top tier teams, and if you got a chance, there's some teams feel like all I need is a chance. And like you said, Miami might have set the precedent that, okay, this is possible. But I don't know. It's just sometimes teams is unrealistic with what they already have. But
this is what we grew up with, right? Yeah. This is how the NBA was. We grew up. We had Marcus Fizer for 5 years. I could have told you in year 2, this dude ain't gonna be no better than this.
Hey, they try to put him at small forward. You remember that?
Yeah, we had him for so long. This is what we grew up with, where you didn't just blow teams up the second you got them, right? We always think of that Jamal Murray, Ron Artest team that was a flash in the pan team. That team was together for 5 years.
Yes, yeah, nah. So were y'all with the whole the Nets keeping Mikal? Or no, because
I don't know what their direction is. I'm fine with you keeping Mikal Bridges. I think he's a very talented player. I think he does everything. But is he a number 1 on your team? And to be honest with you, if you want your number 1, take him off the bench and let him play. Why is Cam Thomas still not in the starting lineup?
He's gonna start.
I mean, listen.
And he averaging 21 points a game?
Huh?
I said, ain't he averaging 21 points a game?
Cam?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, 21 a game.
Wow. Yeah. So the weird part about that is when the Nets first got Mikal Bridges, me and Pat had a conversation. We was like, hey, he already got the defense. He just got to average 20. Bro, I'm exactly with Pat. I have no idea what they're doing because it's okay, you've had this roster. Where are they going? You said you depended on CW made the point that the Nets been dependent on Ben Simmons for 2 years. It's not gonna happen. I thought maybe you get the fresh start. The roster was pretty much set up just for him to, pretty much do what he does. I mean, you did that for a couple of the games. I mean, we seen him in one game in the in-season tournament when they played the Bulls. I mean, but really outside of that, I mean, so it's just again, if I wish more teams adopted the method that the Spurs did when they got rid of DeJounte Murray, which is what I respect, because when they got rid of him, the one thing they said was, "Hey, you're young. Right now, honestly, we have no direction, so we just choosing to get rid of you."
Yeah.
And I'd rather you go utilize your talent somewhere else than waste it here, because we're not going anywhere. Like, just be honest.
Yeah.
Dougie McBucket to the Pacers, huh?
McBucket's back to the Pacers?
Ooh, hey, that's nice.
Hey.
Okay.
You know what they are.
Hey,
That's
man,
what I
put some
pick up.
shooters around that boy, man.
I'm
Tyrese
not gonna be
Halliburton's
that.
dog, bro.
It's so this is the thing. I like the Pacers as a team. I think they're gonna be a tough out. My issue with the Pacers is the fact that those post Halliburton minutes, they gotta figure out what to do when he's off the court. Cause like when I see the post Halliburton minutes, you know what they remind me of? The post Russ minutes when he got MVP. Like the post Russ minutes was horrible. Like,
I'll tell you what though, old boy coming into his own. Pascal over there, he coming into his own with that squad.
For sure, yeah.
He been balling over there.
For sure.
Yeah, he is. And he can run the offense too.
Yeah. Yeah, but they gotta.
They dangerous.
I mean, they're moving in the right direction though. I don't hate it. Like you know, I always been a fan of TJ McConnell. So
yeah, TJ McConnell got some game.
TJ got some game.
What's the boy name that they traded today? What's his name? I was surprised they traded him to Philly. What's his name?
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield. Yeah.
Buddy Hield on the way to Philly is probably the best.
Should have got him.
I would love to have him on our team, bro.
I said
he might be a free agent next year.
I'm surprised they traded him.
He might.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. He's been asking for a trade out of there for a little minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
If I'm not mistaken, they had first rounders on the table for him at one point.
But they didn't
I think that is true. But then, okay, so would you? So I mean, even then, right? This is kind of a question for the Sixers, because you know Joel is supposed to be like reevaluated in like 4 weeks. Like, do you plan when he comes back? Like, depending on where they are, or like?
Oh, I think you take as much time as you can with that. You let him get as healthy as he can.
Yep.
You let him get as healthy as he can.
This is foot, right?
Yeah.
Meniscus. Yeah.
No, surgery on the meniscus. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You take your time with that one, bro. You take your time with that one because he's still relatively young, right?
Yeah, he's still got. I mean, what is Embiid now? Because he came in a little bit older, right?
Yeah, I think he should be 28 now, right?
He's 29. He'll be 30. He'll be 30 this year in March. So
he got a lot of basketball left in him, depending on how healthy he can stay. You take your time. This is a good year. I think you got a good team built out there in Philly. I don't think the coach matters much. Nick Nurse is who he is, but you know what I mean. But it's almost like they was just like, this is the logical version of Philly that we thought they had at first when they first had Andre Drummond, and before they was like, hey, can we sell our soul real quick to go get James?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Sources say that the Atlanta Hawks are keeping DeJounte Murray per Adrian Wojnarowski.
I don't get it.
They're not trading him.
I don't get it.
I tell you,
overvalue. They just like the Bulls.
I tell you,
overvalue. Where's my Wolf of Wall Street clip?
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
No, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it again. Like, it just. I mean, and this is the thing. Trey is having a nice year. They're not winning. They're not gonna win.
No, they're not.
It's like you ran this experiment before.
They're worse than the Bulls.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like it's guys aren't just teams aren't blowing it up anymore. In case you guys want to see that, teams aren't blowing it up anymore. Teams aren't going to just say, "Oh, yep, we're not good right now, so we're just gonna give up. We're done. And I actually think this trade deadline to me confirms it. I thought last trade deadline was like a little fishy. Yeah, I mean a little fishy. Yeah, I mean maybe. Then about 9 minutes left in the deadline, but like you see stuff like this, this does not work. There's no doubt in my mind. The whole
it don't.
Murray
It
and Trae
don't.
Young does not work.
Nope.
But they're not going to give it up for nothing. We lived in an era for probably 10 years where teams would give up stuff for nothing.
Whoa. Somebody in the chat said Lopez to the Kings.
That's
Which
Brand.
Lopez? Which Lopez?
Robin? What we got? Milwaukee
That's
trading
Robin.
Robin Lopez
I'm about to say.
Kings. Brand, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
I was about to say.
Son of a-
They needed another big though. They wasn't utilizing. They wasn't.
He
JaVale
said
McGee.
Lopez to the Kings, knowing full well what he was doing.
Yeah, that sent me off for a second. Said the Bucks are sending cash in the deal. So I don't really get that. Like, why send him for cash? Like, what does that do for you? That doesn't give you cap space. They don't give you cap space.
What were you getting for him? You wasn't getting nothing crazy for Robin Lopez.
You might as well just keep him.
Well, he's gonna be
opening
waived.
up money.
He's gonna be waived and then become a free agent.
Yeah, you opening up money and you letting him get on an opportunity to play.
Yeah.
So where does he go?
Well, it seems like every deadline Pat Bev gets traded, man. Every deadline.
Oh, please, nah. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Him to the Mavs. Hey, Robin Lopez to the Mavs though.
Robin Lopez to the Heat. No, the Mavs just got 2 centers.
Yeah, they did. That's why they're not going after Drummond. I think Drummond stays home too. I think he stays here.
Hey, we thought for sure last night he was getting traded. Hey, that man Pat said he put that long back.
Hey, bro, Drum put out an inspirational quote yesterday, and I was like, "Yep, he's out of here." Whenever you see a player put out an inspirational quote, you just gotta assume he's gone.
I ain't even see that. I ain't even see
it. What did he say?
Oh, hold on. What did I say? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. This man had me dying yesterday, bro. I said, "Dang, bro, it's over."
He was on his way,
He tried to get too.
He was getting philosophical. Hold on.
The lack of Bulls news. The lack of Bulls news.
Oh, no Bulls news. No news is bad news. Hold on, here you go, right here. No, not that one. That's the pinned one. Man said, oh wait, that's the wrong one. Hold up. You switched to share screen. Wow. Here you go. This is a I'm getting traded message right here. Your mind has the power to change all of the outer aspects of your life. You manifest your life from inside out. That said, hey, I'll see y'all in Sacramento.
Yeah. He knew he was gone. Especially after that 16 point, 16 rebound game. Yeah.
He knew Drummond with the tweet just in case. Bro, I'm just telling you, bro. You always know. You always know when a player is getting ready to get up out of there.
I don't know. He might stay pat. Honestly, he's really productive, man, and he on a cheap contract. I think he's kind of a steal of a player.
Who Dre? Yeah. I mean, if anything, like even when he got those starts, it still proved that he's a very capable. He gives you good minutes.
Yeah.
He gives you good minutes. So I mean, in that aspect, I mean, yeah, he'll be a good pickup for somebody for sure.
Well, he's gonna be a nice backup center for the Bulls because he ain't going nowhere, it don't seem.
Nowhere.
It's just so interesting, dog. It's just like, okay, like I guess we just got to get used to this world again, right? This is the world we grew up in. I think it's gonna be a lot harder for other people to get used to. This is the world we grew up in, where you weren't sitting there making it. The NBA trade deadlines didn't used to be 50 moves every year. NBA trade deadlines would be like some very surprising moves. Every now and then you'd be like, oh, snap, we moving. Oh, my goodness. You know what I mean? Like,
we had 1 year.
Yeah, and then even then, I wasn't surprised by the Miles Bridges news because I mean they couldn't and he wasn't gonna he wasn't gonna ask for a trade or be willing to move down any trade because they couldn't pay him. So nobody the contenders couldn't pay him. So
Dog, I can't wait to see Acme's post press conference.
Oh man, it's gonna be a bunch of flub.
My God.
We believe we have enough. We're gonna bet on continuity.
We're gonna bet we're betting on continuity.
We're gonna bet on continuity. We believe
Our
we have
guys
enough.
are just fine, just fine.
Bro. But I swear, if I heard continuity one more time, bro.
Hey, so this was DeMar DeRozan saying he was being interviewed. He said on his extension talks with the Bulls, it's kind of like your spouse. It's like what we need to do to work on this baby, right? Like, let's figure this thing out. You want me, I want you. The love is there. He's getting extended.
We'll see.
That's what's going to happen.
We'll see.
They extended Vooch. They should have traded Vooch last year. They're going to extend DeMar. I mean, this team, I think it works better. Like, obviously, you got to take out either Zach or DeMar for this team to work because there's too many offensive players who can't play defense on the starting lineup. And you can see it just works better when you got Ayo or Caruso in at the 2-guard position with Kobe. But, like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know the plan. There's no direction. I'm just trying to figure out what are the Bulls trying to do? What is the ultimate end game?
There's no figuring it out, bro.
What's the plan? There's no plan.
76ers are trading Jaden Springer to the Boston Celtics.
Yo, Boston. Yo, if Boston does not win this year, bro, I don't know what to say.
Well,
this is the year.
What I'll give them is they built out their bench, right? We started the season and I was like, I have no idea how in the world they're gonna go deep in the playoffs with. Yeah, they got a nice starting five, but like the bench is dead. And listen, they're building out their bench in a really good way. 76ers trading them for a second round pick. I like that pickup. That's a good pickup to me.
Yeah, and then you got to think Celtics got Xavier Tillman as well.
Yeah, the Xavier Tillman move was underrated,
bro.
Very underrated.
Xavier Tillman is a great vet.
Hey, this got to be one of the quietest deadlines I've seen in a long while for the NBA deadline. This is really quiet. Like, there's nothing really happening. No big trades happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean. Even with that though, I feel like with the second apron thing coming up and everything like that, you just weren't. I don't think you were going to see a whole bunch of moves anyway.
Spencer Dinwiddie
is getting
waived by the Raptors.
Wow. So what was that trade for again? Wait, they gave up.
Wait, oh. Why? I didn't even peep this. Why is Vooch tweeting about Evan Fournier? He said Evan Fournier right now, freedom.
Bro, we don't need Evan Fournier.
The Raptors will release newly acquired Spencer Dinwiddie per Shams Charania. Is Spencer Dinwiddie somebody you want to see back on the Bulls here, boys?
Nah.
I mean, we got too many guards.
It is a guard heavy team.
Got too many guards, man. I mean, he's a good player. Don't get it twisted. There's going to be a lot of different teams going trying to get him, though.
Hey, listen, I'll say this. You need a bench point guard.
You do.
You need a bench point
guard.
Yeah,
he's better than Javon.
Javon Carter is not it.
It's a spot team for him.
Facts. Bruce Brown Jr. is sticking with the Raptors. He's not getting traded.
Yeah, I like what the Raptors are doing over there. Plus, they just got Agbaji.
Ochai Agbaji?
Yeah, Agbaji from the Jazz. So I like it. They building out some good young pieces over there. And look, they said they was gonna try to build around Scotty, and they're doing just that. So,
hey man, the deadline is here, and in 3, 2, 1, the deadline is gone. And yet again, the Chicago Bulls do nothing. Crazy. Crazy.
Wow.
I mean, to me, all it says is
I'm
that
shocked that they did absolutely nothing. I thought that they would do something. I'm shocked that they did absolutely nothing. I don't know, man.
This is sad, man. This is
AK
sad.
is just not who we thought he was, bro.
You know what? We just gotta stop going to the games, bro. That's the only solution. And that's never gonna happen.
Nope, I'm going.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Hey, I
I'm
might have a
going.
Pacers game on deck already.
You know what, Pat? I wish I was at that game on Tuesday, bro. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I wish I was at that game when Kobe hit 30 points in the second half, man.
Yeah.
I wish I was there. But man, I wish we could just do something with this team, bro. I wish we could like, yo, blow this trash up, man. What are we sticking around with the same core players that's getting us at the 8th and the 9th seed every single year? Or if we do fall into the lottery, all we do is fall just enough to get the 7th pick. What are we doing?
Y'all positioning yourself for that old Cooper Flag draft now.
What are we doing, man?
Cooper Flag just wait 2 years and
I'll tell you this. This is one that to me I'm actually a little down by. Not that I expected major moves to be made, but I thought that they would do a little bit of something to try and just add pieces, right? I feel like you've got a piece in Kobe White here. Can you go out and you can add a shooter by trading away Andre Drummond? Can you go out and add something small by maybe moving on if you wanted to from Ayo Dosunmu? Or like, yes, he's been playing better, but right, like there's players on this team that are role players that you could have moved to add role players that fit what you need to be around Kobe White. And I don't know what we're doing as a team right now. I guess continuity is the answer, but I don't even think this is continuity. I don't even think this is continuity.
No, this is just stupidity.
This is just by the time you were ready to actually move off of everybody, nobody wanted them for what you wanted to give up.
Nah, I mean, it's like I said. I mean, it's not continuity. It's stupidity. You did the deals were in place. You had deals in place for these very people that they were asking for. Nah, I don't want it. Zach LaVine for Quentin Grimes and basically the whole entire Knicks roster. We don't need it.
Hey, I know they wish they had that trade now.
Yeah, I bet you they wish they had that. I bet you they wish they had the Rudy Gobert trade.
Oh,
Rudy
man.
Gobert's anchoring the top defense in the league.
Yeah, but we got defense. I'm not worried about defense. The Bulls can play defense. The problem with the Bulls is the Bulls lose. The Bulls lose math problems. If you make 10 less 3-pointers
every time.
If you make 10 less 3-pointers than the Bulls end up taking, more than likely you're going to win.
Yeah. No, I was just making a point that like there's deals on the table for these people and you're not pulling the trigger. So it's like why are we what are we doing? Because it's clear that the three pieces of Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic don't work.
It doesn't work.
Zach is coming off injury. You already tried to trade him. So now we got to come back and try to build his value back up after he's been hurt.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Will Gottlieb said, I knew this was coming and I still can't believe it. Who's the biggest surprise? Here's the real question. Are the Bulls the biggest surprise? Or is it the Warriors or the Lakers? Neither team, none of those three teams made any moves.
I'll say the Lakers.
Yeah, randomly Corey Joseph to the Pacers also.
That is random.
That was random. Warriors are trading Corey. That's the one move they made. The Warriors are trading Corey Joseph to the Pacers.
Yeah, I say the Lakers though, bro. I honestly thought they would try to do something, knowing you got LeBron. He's 39, and he's getting close to retirement age, man. Like you trying to maximize the most you can out of having LeBron on your team, and they made no moves. I'm shocked. I'll be honest with you. I thought they would be the ones to make something happen. The Bulls, I expected this garbage. I expected this. I'm just mad that I'm right. I hate being right. I don't want to be right about this.
This is what tells you all you need to know about how they're willing to stand pat. They haven't made a trade involving a player since August of 2021. 30 months. 30 months and counting without making a deal for a player.
That's crazy.
And they're going to be competitive, right? They're going to be in the mix the rest of the way. They're going to be in the mix for the play-in, I should say. They're going to be competitive. They're going to win some games that, like the Timberwolves game, where we're like, oh my God, how did they go out there and get it? They're going to lose some games where you're like, what the heck is going on here? How did you just lose that game? You were up 20, right? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we go to the buyout market. That's all I can think. I guess I'll see you guys in the buyout market. What players will the Bulls end up going in the buyout? And you know it's going to be big names. Like I said earlier, here's where we're at right now, boys.
Yep.
Here's where we're at right now.
Hey, where that Joel Embiid DMP picture when you need it?
That's pretty much. Oh, I got the DMP in there.
I do?
Yeah, I got the DMP in there. Hold on. Look right there. Right. Look what AK's holding up right there.
Hey,
look what AK's holding up right there. DMP did not participate.
Did not
participate. Deadline came through. Did not participate.
Man, look.
That's
you can only laugh, bro.
And the crazy thing is, I wasn't tripping off the Lakers because I mean there was literally no market for D'Lo. I wasn't tripping off the rest of them guys. If you was asking like biggest move that should have happened that didn't was probably Atlanta, but that's it. That's it.
Biggest move that should have happened that didn't is definitely Atlanta.
Oh yeah, they should have definitely made that trade. They need to blow it up too, but they're in the same situation as the Bulls, man.
Well, yeah, that's why I always say, you know, like that. And yes, there's going to be trades that are still going to be coming out, but when you're sitting there and you're looking at kind of where this team is at right now, you just know. I think here's the thing, right? The last 4 years, the Bulls, offensive and defensive ratings have been flip-flopped one or the other between 113 and 111. That means your team is good enough to have one bucket of margin. So if you're in a close game, you can, or you either will or won't lose by one basket. That's the team you have. And yes, that's competitive. It makes for fun basketball, makes for fun fourth quarters, but it doesn't make for championship level ball.
Yeah, Baki, I could see Dinwiddie going to the Lakers. I could see that one happening. That wouldn't be a bad move for the Lakers.
Steve-O said, chill, y'all. AK was asleep. Hey, man, listen. AK.
Pat Riley was asleep too, but he's still made
and
a
Pat
move.
Riley was watching that MASH marathon, bro.
Pat Riley was asleep too.
They had a MASH marathon on Hallmark, bro. Them mothers was sitting there, doom.
I had 18. They had an 18 marathon. What you mean?
They was watching Married with Children. Love and the marriage. Go together like a horse and carriage.
Hey, Married with Children was one of them shows that you never wanted to go to sleep to, but you always woke up on for some reason.
It was legendary.
Bro, you just be like, oh, Married with Children. Oh, Jesus.
Just like George Lopez, you know.
AK was watching One Piece. I'll be back in on AK if he was watching One Piece.
Hey, that'd be funny if he did, though. Man,
well, boys,
we can only laugh, baby. We can only laugh at the pain.
I like this comment by Baki. Watch Joe Harris on a buyout. I can see the Bulls doing something like that. Joe Harris.
I wouldn't mind that.
I mess with Joe Harris.
Joe Harris, a player who, I mean, you know what he can do, right? Like, you know where his skill set is, what's going to be his focal point. 32 years old right now. Still is on the Pistons as far as I know. But was shooting 42% from three before he got there.
Man, you know, we could be GMs of the Bulls. If you only got to make one trade every 3 years, that's
I'm not going to lie, bro. We probably could GM the Bulls, bro.
It's not a bad job. I might apply. Come on, apply. Yeah.
Steve-O said he got lucky with Jokic. See, I think the thing for me with AK is, right, he's not going to make a move until he knows he has his Jokic. You think about it, right after they got Jokic, right, that's when they actually started making moves.
True.
That's when, right, you go out and you get Aaron Gordon. That's when you go out and you get who's the other player that they traded for? They went out and added KCP. You drafted Jamal Murray and waited on him to get back. You drafted Michael Porter Jr., right? Like you built that championship team, but they really didn't start building it until they found their star player that ends up becoming a superstar level player. All right, like that's when you start building it. But I think what we want is like, hey, if you're going to be competitive, at least build something that's competitive. Like I don't know, man. Maybe he's waiting to see if Kobe White is what we think he is. But
well, this is the thing. We know. We already know what he was a bucket in college. He's an ascending.
Yeah, but he
quarterback.
hasn't been that in the NBA.
I mean, but now you see with him having a full season, he's healthy. He's ascending towards that. So hopefully, if he keeps it up, I mean, I don't know. I really just cannot believe like DeMar DeRozan is still on the roster.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a little shocking. DeMar being on the roster is a little bit shocking.
DeMar still on the roster is wild.
Because they're going to extend him, bro. He wants
a little
to
bit
stay.
shocking.
They're going to extend him. He wants to stay here. They're going to extend him. Hey, side note, did y'all see DJ Moore quotes about Justin?
That he wants the Bears to build around him, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he been said that. That don't surprise me.
He's now like publicly. He's not like beating around the bush with it. He's actually saying it. Like I'm an advocate for Justin.
Nah, he been said that.
He said I'm an advocate for Justin because he's a good quarterback. I'm looking forward to see what the future holds. I'm sticking with Justin, then trading back. I love Marvin Harrison Jr.
I
think we knew that already, though. We knew who he was riding with. So
he was already, you know.
This is the first time, like actually, like saying, like directly saying it, like no beating around the bush with it.
DeMar DeRozan is still on
the
roster, dog.
I guess that's better news than what the Bulls have. No news, so you know.
No news.
No news.
No news coming to the Bulls. Rolled out the trade deadline, and here we are. We'll see what the team is on the other side.
And now,
Bulls got a game tonight.
Bulls news.
Hey, look, everybody will be ready tonight because everybody's still on the team.
Yeah.
As always, this your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Shout out Stefan the Don. Shout out C-Dub pulling up, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.